What's going on?
Hi, friends.
All right, I think we're recording. I think we are good to go. Okay, hey guys, happy Monday and start of our series. We're doing a 4-week series. It's a mastermind series with Brooke Hemingway and her team, which is really, really cool to kind of be a fly on the wall and have these recordings available for us. So I really enjoy learning from other people in our company, our industry, and someone who I really, really enjoy learning from is Brooke Hemingway, Christy Jex, Emily Gibson. They've just got an amazing mind for this business. So I'm really excited. I know Rach is as well over the next 4 weeks that we're going to be doing, between their training and then reflecting on it. Let me mute some folks real quick. All right, there we go. So this week we focused on the first video for the Mastermind series was ranking up in retention. So the way that we did it, if you haven't watched the video, that's okay. Still, totally do it. There's plenty of time for you to get caught up in your own time, even if you haven't finished it. Plenty of time, totally. So don't feel like you're behind on this. It's not like we've got a cutoff date for an incentive or anything like this. This is these are great nuggets and tools for you to utilize throughout your business, no matter if it is a time where you're focusing on ranking up, if it's a time where you're in the process of just building, if you're in a time of restarting, if whatever the time or season you're in, this is a great series to revisit, and this is a great series to share with people who continue to join your team. Ranking up and retention is what they started talking about this first week. We're going to watch one video each week. They run about anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour and a half. So if you need to schedule 10 minutes for a day for 4 or 5 days, or if you're somebody who likes to knock it out at one time, or you need to finish it a first half and then a second half, that way you can kind of get the schedule and see what's going on. Do what's best for you. That's okay. There's no master way to it. You might be somebody who's a visual learner and you need to sit and watch it and take notes, and you might be somebody who can totally drive an hour commute to work and listen to it in the car and it sticks. So whatever works for you, there's no right, beautiful way to learn. Whatever type of learner you are, dig into that. Do that because you know that that's best. So I really, really loved that they showed us hands-on exactly what the back office looks like and to break it down. And I love that they used somebody's back office who was currently a gold ambassador. I loved it because it was relatable. And some of you may think, well, that's not relatable to me because I'm nowhere near that large of a team. But you will one day. You will one day. And looking at that gold back office working towards senior gold, that's super awesome. And it was a lot more relatable than pulling up thousands of people. So I was really excited that they did that. And I loved how Christy broke down the simplicity of it. And I love what she talked about, and I'm so guilty of this. She was like, I assume that everybody knows that, and if I share something, they're like, oh, that's old news, Christy, duh. I don't know if that hit any of y'all, but I feel like that all the time. And Rach and I talk about that quite often. Yeah, she said me too, because we feel like the womp, womp, womp Charlie Brown teachers. We really, really do. I can't tell you how many times Rachel and I are like, well, we're not going to talk about that. We've talked about that before. Well, before might have been 4 months ago to 15 other people who said they were working Plexus in the spring, and now they're not anymore. But to us and to our brain and our mouth, we feel like we've said it 716 times, which we have, but the team changes, the season changes, our goals change, people's work ethic changes, the back office changes, heck, our products change. We've gotten, just in a matter of, if we look in the past 6 months, what have we gotten? 4 or 5 new products, I feel like, in the past 6 months for where we've been. It's just been amazing. So we are constantly evolving, and that's really exciting. So we've got to keep up with that. But that really hit me really big. So I feel like that was one of my biggest takeaways. I love the examples they gave of reaching out to people, but I feel like my biggest nugget takeaway was her saying flat out, we can't just assume everybody knows what we're doing and think, oh, my level 1s are doing that, my level 2s are doing that, and I'm super guilty of it. And I've been guilty of it right now. I'm like, they know what to do. I don't need to say that again. Not really. Not really. We've got to say it until we're blue in the face. We've got to say it over and over. And I know there are so many of you on here who have such valuable skill sets and such valuable knowledge that you could bring forth to so many people, your team, your sidelines, to me, to Rach, to whoever. But I know you're hiding behind that curtain as well, because if I'm hiding behind it and Christy Jex is hiding behind it and Brooke Hemingway is hiding behind it, you're hiding behind it too. And you've probably thought, oh, wow, that was a really great message that I sent. I'm going to share that. And then you thought, no, I'm not going to share that with the Club Silver Stars chat, or no, I'm not going to share that in the page because they so know that. And then I'm going to look like an idiot that I just now figured that out. Or, oh, here I am in the back office and wow, I clicked that. And then I clicked and I learned that you can see the points here. And then I clicked and you can see their ambassador number. Oh my gosh. And then I found tracking. But then you're like, but I'm not going to tell anybody that I found the tracking number because I should probably already know where the tracking number is. And now I just sound like an idiot that I'm just now talking about, I finally found what the tracking number is. Guys, we've got to get over our damn selves. We really, really do. And I'm talking to myself here too. Maybe you have discovered, not even talking about reports, you've discovered the power of the stories on social media, or the big ticket times with working the polls in your stories, or you figured out what doesn't work for you. Whatever it may be, these are huge, huge things to hit on. And I'm guilty of it as well. And, we've just got to continue to dig and continue to learn, and that's being that constant student. So that was a big takeaway for me. I don't want to talk this whole 30 minutes. I want to pass it over. I want y'all to talk, share your ahas. What do you feel like really moved you? And what do you feel like you're really taking away? So whoever wants to take the floor, by all means, please do.
I'm going to pop in real quick. Hey guys. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to pop in real quick and share. Christy, I don't know if y'all heard on that video, but she said she had a document that she put together. So I just messaged her and she's going to message me tonight. So I will share that with y'all. But I want to, before we open it up, there was a few things that I really wanted us to do that I loved that they did on the call. So first things that I love was that we hear all the time systems, up the butthole. And you're like, what does that even mean? Like a system? I don't even know what that means. I love how Brooke just said, and I do that too, because you get so caught up in all these network marketers have these terms. What do they even mean? Again, what Joel was saying, am I supposed to know this? Why do I not know this? I used to be like, oh yeah, I need a system. I'm like, Joel, let's create one. And then I'm like, I don't even know what that means. Let's create something I don't even understand. But I love how she said, it's just habits over time. That's it. Like a system. What do you do when you get up? My system that works for me is I get up. I have been slacking bad on social media with all this moving and unpacking and crap, but I do best on social media. My social media system is get up. My schedule, do my Bible study and stuff. And then if I don't do my social media right when I'm still sitting down, it's not going to get done for the day. It's not going to get planned out. I at least need to make my plan of what I'm going to do. That's just my system that works for me. So it's just a habit that over time becomes a norm in your life. So I love that. We don't have to have these crazy things. Like today I had to better on social media. Why? Because I had my system back. I was sat down, I had my breakfast, did my Bible study, did my social media. So I love that it's just habits over time. But then if your system's not working, change it. Just find a solution. I think I was talking to Ashton the other day on the phone where she said something like, when there's something going wrong, I don't like to bring it up unless I have a solution. And I've always been taught that growing up. My dad's like, don't talk about a problem unless you have a solution to offer. And I love how Brooke just said, I'm not saying I don't bring up problems because we will help you, but I love how Brooke said, find a solution. If something is not working for you, like for me, since I'm talking about social media, find a different thing. If it's not working for you posting on the fly, find a solution. Don't just keep on doing something that's not working over and over and over. I'm pretty sure that's the definition of insanity. And then I also loved, and I want y'all to get a piece of paper. I wanted to do this because I think sometimes we get so rushed into just the everyday, you're feeling like, well, I don't have time to sit down and do this, but it's so important. And again, I've been slacking with my moving and stuff, but sitting down and writing out goals. And what does that really even mean? There's a really cool document in the back office I'm going to share real quick and show y'all. But before I do that, I want y'all to just get a sticky note out. And I want you to write where you're going to be in 60 days, your non-negotiable, where are you going to be in 60 days? Don't say something like diamond, probably not realistic for you to be diamond in 60 days, but just say something realistic. Where in 60 days are you saying, no matter what holidays coming up, no matter what baseball game, soccer game, no matter what happens in my relationship, no matter what happens at school with my kids, no matter what happens, I'm going to be there. So I want y'all to write it down and then comment it. Comment it so we can see your goals. And then while y'all are doing that, I'm going to pull this document up I want to show y'all. Okay, it's going slow, so I'll pull it up in a minute. Okay, I'm going to read some of these. I'm assuming Ashley, you meant senior gold. Gold. I made a 90 goal plan for Ruby. That's awesome. Super silver goal in 60 days, or gold in 60 days. Increased by 300 points. Gold. Zoom ID. Just kidding, Marissa. Senior gold. Increased by 230 points. 6 more ambassadors and 3 customers. Silver, working towards gold. That's 3. That's a minimum of 3 new each month. I think is what Sarah said. Re-rank gold. That's awesome. So even like typing that out, do y'all feel like you were like, whoa, like it makes you want to do more. It makes you want to actually.
Can I step in just 1 second? Because this is where we totally put walls up and somebody's hiding behind the curtain. So the goals that say like going to work my way to gold, let's be specific. What does that even mean? Let's put a number to it. Is it 55 points? Is that on your way to gold? Is it 75 points? Because here's the deal. Aren't we all on our way to gold? Aren't we all on our way to diamond? That's not putting a measurable, specific goal to it. So try to make it measurable and specific. Okay.
And I love too that Christy said that in the sheet that she's going to send me, she said, you know, right, you can't just throw it out there in the universe and be like, I'm going to eventually rank this, because I love what they said. Nothing happens by accident. You're like a very select few lucky people that I've yet to meet can rank up without trying. They're people that can literally, okay, we have a couple that I know, but they can literally never log into their back office, never lose any points, still make, you know, $100,000 a month. But that is like the rarest of rarest. They did something in their past life amazing case, because that does not happen. If you do not work towards something and if you're not intentional towards it, nothing is ever going to happen. So if you say, well, I want to make senior gold, but I don't know, it's just not happening. Okay, so like I said earlier, what they said, find a solution. What are you going to do to make that happen? Is it, you know, helping your people have parties? Is it finding new people? Is it saying, you know what, the people that I have, they're doing what they're doing, but I need to find some more people to help me because the people I have aren't helping me get there. And helping people reach their goals. You know, it's not all about us. It's not all about where we want to be. It's finding people on your team and saying, you know what, who can I help? Who wants to rank? Who can I help go silver? And you know what that's going to do is it's going to help you too. So helping others reach their goals helps you. And then what I also want y'all to do before we open it up, a couple things that I loved, and I wrote this down too because I do these tasks already, but they're random. So it really is going to help me to have like set days of the week. So I want you to get your calendars out, wherever your calendars are. I'll give y'all a second because I want y'all to actually do this. And I'm about to share my screen. Y'all don't judge my 9,000 tabs. I was like gone. I was scheming earlier, so I have like a million tabs open on my computer. So get your calendars out. And if these days do not work for you, then totally change them. But I love how they gave systems. Again, what is a system? It's just a habit that you're creating. It's not something you need to draw up on a document and make it a PDF and make it a pretty graphic. You don't need that. It's just a habit that you're doing over and over again. I loved and like totally nerded out over all the systems that they did. I love stuff like this because this is what helps me. I'm like a step-by-step person. I'm like, give me a step and I'll do it. But if I'm like, over here, scatterbrain, I'm not going to do it. So I love how first it was the goal thing. And I'm going to show you all the paper that you should be using for that. The second system was point projections, which our upline can help you with. And also the sheet that we're going to get later is going to help with that. But then also mark on the 15th and the 28th of the month. The reason why I love the 15th and the 28th of the month is because people get paid around that time. So I think this is a good time to do this, but it's to look in your back office for credit card declines. And if you don't know how to do that, rewatch the video. I'm not going to re-show you it because they already showed you how to do this, but look up credit card declines and contact those people. And guys, I love how on the video, they reiterated over and over and over, like, why are we afraid to help people? Why are we afraid when a credit card declines to reach out to people? They order the products, they had their subscription on, they want the product. So if the credit card declines, that's just bad customer service if we don't. Guess what? Not every credit card declines. That means that the person doesn't have money. My credit card has been declined 947 million times because I lose mine all the time. So I have to get new ones and then the date's wrong. So if someone didn't reach out to me and tell me something wasn't going and I was expecting it, like I would be a little annoyed I didn't get my product in. So reach out to those people. Don't assume the worst, like, oh my God, they're broke, because I know that we all do that. Don't assume the worst. Assume that they're loaded and that they want their product and they just lost their card or something, or they got a new one. So 15th and the 28th of the month, write that down as checking on the credit card declines in the back office. You can do it more than that if you would like to. I'm probably actually going to do it once a week. And then I loved this too for every Friday. I think this is a great Friday. Friday to me is a really great follow-up for people that are already on my team. I personally don't like to reach out to brand new people on Fridays just because everyone's kind of like in weekend mode. I think about when I was teaching on Friday, I wouldn't try and buy any product from anyone. I was like trying to go to Jimmy's and have a margarita. So I had no product like that on my mind. But it's a great time to reach out to people who are already on your product and already familiar with Plexus. And I love that. Again, look at the video and they'll show you exactly how to sort your back office and how to do this, but reach out to people that have the 1 to 99 PV. So people that have ordered already, but they didn't hit 100 PV for some reason, or people who have their subscriptions turned off. Let me make sure I hit all the ones that they say. People who have, 1 to 99 PV. So anything that they've already ordered, so you're not going to get paid off of them that month. And then subscriptions off. And I love that she said go 90 days back in there. Go 90 days back. You know why? Because those people are still new. Those people that they call them low-hanging fruit, like they're the ones easy on the tree to grab. They're the ones that you're more than likely going to be able to, if you're going to be able to convince them, I don't want to say convince, but get them on the product. Those are the people that are going to be a little bit easier to reach out to. And it's probably going to be a lot of work in the beginning with you going through your back office and getting used to this. But again, you're creating a system. And what is that? It's just a habit. I know when I go to the gym, it sucks for like the first 3 weeks, but then I want to do it. And guys, after you do this, you're going to feel so much more in control of your business. So go back and watch the videos on how to do that. But so mark on your calendars every Friday or whatever day you choose. If Saturday morning's better for you because you're working and you're so dog tired on Fridays, then go ahead and write every Saturday morning. Check with people, check on their subscriptions, check under 100 PV, and go back. And I even wrote down, like in my notes, let me find, y'all here over here, Emerald Ambassador, I still love a freaking script. The less thinking I have to do on this, the better. But I even wrote like the times. I put like 38 minutes on the video. There's scripts for sharing. And then I wrote 42 minutes on the video, scripts for subscription. So I wrote on there so I could go back and listen to the scripts that Brooke did. So utilize that video, save it. Don't let it be one of those things that you listen to once and then you're like, never again. Use it. Listen to it until you're blue in the face and listen to it until you can literally verbatim say what they say, because these women are the most successful people in our company right now. So do what they're doing. So, that's my skill. Oh, let me show you all this. Okay, y'all can talk amongst yourselves if y'all have something to say. I'm going to pull this up real quick. Okay. Okay. Can y'all see my screen all right? Okay, so I wanted to show y'all this. I know some people have seen it and some people have not, but they showed us this in Hawaii and I had no idea it was even back here, and I think it's freaking bomb. So I just went to, I went to the virtual office and I went over to training center, resource library, and then look, all you people over here that said you had goals, here you go. Here's what you need to do. So it says like IPA time blocking, working to silver, what should I be doing? Have y'all seen this? Let me look at people's faces. Okay, I see some yeses and I see some nos. Okay, good. So I'll show y'all. It's one of those, you think everyone knows and they don't. So IPA time blocking, working to silver. I think this is so freaking cool. Genevieve, the person that's in charge of all this now, I think she is just genius. So right here it says, print this out, keep this with you wherever you go. If I was teaching still, I'd stick this puppy on my desk at work because that's where I did a lot of my work. So 30-day goals, number of personal ambassadors, number of new team members. That's like you and your downline, how many y'all are going to add. Number of customers. Am I personally qualified? Meaning, do you have 100 PV? And please do not wait till the end of the month to do it. Make a habit of doing it early, and you'll understand why when you have a bigger team. Have 3 personally sponsored ambassadors, me and 3. A lot of people that have come to me telling me I don't know what to do. I can look at enrollments and see that the reason why their team isn't growing because enrollments have stopped on their team. They have stopped enrolling new level ones, meaning they don't have new people that are excited about the business, so it's holding them back. So that's something that's important. Time I'm committing each week. Be realistic. How much time are you really committing? And if you look back the past couple weeks and think, how much time have I committed? Okay, an hour a week. Is that really going to grow my business? Probably not. I always do businesses to gyms just because I think it's just such an easy comparison. If you're going to the gym an hour a week, are you going to get thin? Probably not. You're probably going to, not look any different at all. Probably going to be wasting a membership there. So what in reality do you need to do in order to grow your business? Income producing activities. And she lists them over here, guys, from most important to the right is least important. So most important on those days that you're really pinched for time. Don't just pick and choose like the fun thing, like, oh yeah, I want to organize coffee dinners, so that's fun to me. Like, no, do most important to least important. And if you notice, the hour is of the sharing system, meaning the sharing system in the back office, which is up here somewhere. Sharing right here. All it is, guys, sharing system is sending stuff to people. So it's talking about Plexus. Can y'all see this calendar?
And corporate did a training call today over the sharing system with Emily Gibson.
Holla, I saw that. So it's just telling you what all you need to do. Then there's a calendar right here. What does WE mean? Do you remember, Jill? I just blanked out. I don't remember.
The keys at top. Look right there. Week ending.
Oh, week ending. There you go. Thank you. I just brain farted. I'm like, what does that even mean? I forgot. I personally would probably write the dates right there because my brain don't work like that. But and then consistent scheduling, it's talking about all the stuff that you need to do. And then notes, like what worked last month, what didn't. So there's not one for every rank, but there's enough for what you're wanting. So there is a silver right here. There's a gold. There is, and for those of you that said there was a lot of people that said senior gold, go ahead and just click the Ruby one, my friend. Go in here and click Ruby and be working off of that one. As you see, the IPA is a little bit different, but you know what's not different? The sharing system, because everyone should be doing that. If there was one for Diamond, it would have the same thing right here as income producing activity because that's what's going to really bring the income in. So the requirements are a little bit different and stuff. So go and print one of those off. I thought it was super awesome when they did that. There's also a 90-day team goal at a glance. So this is where I struggled because I struggled with keeping up with my ambassadors that were working. So even if you have one person, guys, working the business, write it down, freaking be proud, write their current rank, write their goals, because your team's only going to grow if you help your team reach their goals. So this is a great thing to print out and always keep with you so you can check in with people too. Okay, now I'm for all done. I just wanted to show that to y'all. Did y'all have any questions about that? Hold on, let me read these comments.
It was under the training center tab. I think that was the only kind of question right there.
Okay, cool. Yes. So, and also I am going to before the first of every month, at the end of every month, every working ambassador, which guys, it's going to change. Like Bill said, people say, I want it so bad, and then literally never do anything. You're probably not going to be working with them the next month. It changes every month that you're working with. So every, let's say the last week of October, I'm going to be reaching out to all my level ones that are working and saying, hey, let's get this sheet out. Let's work through it together. Because, people don't know really how to fill those out or what that even means until you show them. So it's definitely a great thing to work with your team on. Does anyone have any questions, comments, and concerns? I'm obsessed with this training. I've already gotten ahead, but I love it.
Numbers game. So you might think, oh, I've got 25 people on my team. That's 25 people who've said yes to Plexus and have purchased a welcome pack. Out of those 25 people, you may have 10 that have said, I want to work this business. Out of those 10 people, you may have 4 who are actually doing the work. And that's okay. Those are the people that you're going to reach their, respond to their messages first. Maybe get on the phone with them, do it through a message, or help them problem solve, or put them at the top of your priority list. That is okay. I think we get wrapped up in the thought of, but I have 25 people and 25 people aren't working. That's okay. Work with the 3 who want to work. Or let's say you've got 10 people on your team and you've got 1 person who says, I'm doing this business and I want to lock arms with you. Well, lock arms with them, run with them to the top, hold their hand, spoon feed them, let them spoon feed you, support each other. Don't get wrapped up in all of the numbers of who's not working and where that's making you not a good leader. That's not the way that we determine this at all. And Christy talked about that in that video as well, as like getting overwhelmed by the back office. And there's been a season where I didn't even want to log into the back office. The numbers terrified me because I felt like I was labeled by them. It's kind of like avoiding the scale. You're like, I don't even want to know how much I weigh. Well, that's stupid. And that means we're determining everything that we function and live for based off of a number, and that's not it. And it sucks that we do that to ourselves, but that doesn't determine you as a leader, as how good you're sharing or what's going on or where you're digging in. Run with the people who want to run with you. And if I ran through all my numbers with you and showed you where it was at, you'd be like, that's really like that's a small amount, Jill, of the people you have who want to run fast with you. Yeah, it really is, because a lot of people do the talking, but not a lot of people do the walking. Rach and I have found out throughout the years we're very rare. We are not the majority. People do not function like us. So you're very rare that you're here. You're very rare that you're putting in extra volunteer time, whatever you want to say it. You're a volunteer army. I'm not your boss. I'm not forcing you to do this. You're deciding, I want more. I want to be better. I want to work this. I want to get plugged in. And that's rare. Kudos to you. You're going against the norm. So don't get wrapped up in all of the numbers of the knots.
I think it was Brooke on the video that said, I wrote it down because I thought it was so good. It says, people are program quitters. That's just what people do. They're program quitters. So if you don't be that person, you're someone that isn't norm if you're not a quitter.
Yeah.
There's a certain personality.
Does anybody have anything, or questions or anything they feel like that really moved them in this, or something that opened your eyes that you're going to implement? Please feel free to share.
Everything. I want to drink their bathwater. Just kidding. They're so good.
I'll share real quick. I know I don't have the video on because it's really, really dark in my room. But 2 things that I thought were really awesome. One was how they just said taking the drama out of it and just sticking with the system. So like when someone says no, or when someone says something, instead of like getting in your emotions about it, just sticking with the system. Okay, when someone says no, what's the response? When someone says this, what's the response? And sticking with the system rather than, and I know we're human and I know we're gonna get our feelings hurt sometimes, but really just remembering that. And the second thing that I never ever thought about was reaching out to the people who have around 50 or so PV and trying to get them to order double every other month so that they can and it making it worth it to them so that they can save on shipping and get that 15% back because they have an over 100 PV order. It never even occurred to me to even have a conversation with someone about doing something like that, and I thought that was cool.
Yeah, those are good. Those are good. I thought
I'll share real.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I was just going to share this. So y'all, the entire time I've been in Plexus, I'm not even going to lie, numbers have scared me, and my team has added people and we've had no idea where they went, if they were ordering. There was no system and it was just chaos. And I'm for real. There was times I looked at the back office and there was times oh, the points will be there. People are going to order. Well, that's not what happens. That's not the case. And this system is like, I feel like so important. So not only did I do this paper for myself, I also have runners on my team that I did the same thing for them, because I'm going to tell you, their downlines look like mine because one, I didn't know and I didn't teach them. So in order for me to expect this of them and this new system and for them to get the hang of it, I've got to show them and lead them the way. So yes, this system is scary and crazy, and it's way out of my comfort zone to be like really checking reports like this. But in order for us to grow as a team and them to have their goals and their business, I know that this took a little bit of time for me to do, and not all of them maybe are that in tune or that willing to take the time yet to do that for their business. So I did it for them. In tune with that, we went over it together, and hopefully with me showing them and leading the way, that it's going to they're going to move towards this system and want to do that too. So I did take a whole half of it, like 4 hours, 5 hours to do this for them. And we discussed it. So I'm hoping that shows them that, hey, look, guys, it's not as scary. And if I'm doing it, you can do it. And it's better to learn this now than in 2 years. So you're still like, why are we still stuck at senior gold? Or why are we still here? It's because we don't have a clue what we're doing with the back office. And this is so important. You can add 1 million people, but if you're not in tune with this, then guess what? You're not going to rank up. So anyways, I just thought I would share that with y'all, that I literally did that for my team.
I love that. And it's such an aha moment, and huge. And Brooke said on the call, she said, for the first 2 years of me working in this business, I did certain things in a certain way, in a certain system. She said, and then my next year and a half, 2 years, I didn't. And it was like, okay. And that convicted me as well too. I'm guilty as charged with that. There was 2 solid years that I did things as a complete non-negotiable. And then there hasn't, because you think in your mind, and we're all guilty of it, oh, they'll do it. Oh, I've done that for 2 years. Of course they'll follow along. The little engine that could just keep swimming. I've always done that. Of course they'll follow along. Well, all those times that I was doing that, probably Victoria and Rachel are the only people that are still working the business when I was doing that. So that model behavior isn't there any longer because those people are long gone. I modeled that behavior for them until I was blue in the face. Well, now it's a whole different team, a whole different season, and a whole different type of people. So it's getting back into those healthy practices. So that's okay to admit. I'm going to admit that to you right now. That is okay. Not one of us is perfect in this. Not one of us has it all together. Not one of us is going to be the perfect leader system person. It doesn't exist. If Brooke Hemingway can admit her faults and say that, and if I could pick anybody in Plexus to say, oh, she's perfect, it'd be her. But if she can say, no, like I wasn't doing any of that. I stopped. I was assuming things were getting done. And she said, nothing organically happens but going to sleep at night. And that's so true. You don't cook dinner organically. You make the effort. I know I don't. I got to make the effort. I don't scrub the toilet organically. I've got to make the effort. I don't get up and just go to work organically. We've got to make these efforts. And I know I've got to make the effort just like as you've got to make the effort and we've got to make the effort. None of this is going to happen organically. Gold will not happen organically. Ruby will not happen organically. And I know for a fact, Emerald, Sapphire, and Diamond show ain't going to happen organically at all. So if anybody has anything else they want to share, go for it. No. All right, guys, if you have any questions or anything like that, so I'm going to put the recording of this in Club Silver Stars. I'll share it in our chat as well. And then I'm going to post the next video also so that you can go ahead and get started on that next week's video for us to kind of learn and focus on. If you didn't get to finish the video from this past week, that's okay. If you want to rewatch the video, rewatch it again. You want to go back like Rachel said, I even wrote down the numbers. I'm glad she did that. Minute 38, minute 42. Those were the exact minutes of scripts. Go back and get the nuggets. that you need. But I'm going to be posting the recording of this. If your friend or your teammate didn't get to log on, share it with them. And then if for the next week's video, and we'll do the same thing. We'll focus on the week 2 topic. We'll gather our thoughts. We'll reflect. We'll implement, and we'll discuss and share. So, anything else?
And I will send. I'll get that document and I'll post it. I'll post some Club Silver Stars when I get it.
All right.
All right, y'all. Until next time.
Toodaloo.